Family, welcome home. Now, tonight, we are not talking about the narcissist. I'm so sick and tired of talking about the narcissist. We are talking about you. That right there is my favorite subject. That's my ish, as the kids say. Because here is the truth. Most survivors don't go back because they still love the narcissist. You know what? They go back because they still feel guilty. They still feel guilty for choosing themselves. That essentially is the conversation that no one wants to have. Everybody talks about trauma bonds. Everybody talks about manipulation. Everybody talks about gaslighting. But very few people ask the question, why does guilt still have more authority than peace? So tonight, we are going to answer it. Now, before we begin, I want you to imagine something. Imagine you've been carrying a backpack for 20 years. It's heavy. It hurts your shoulders. It is exhausting. Then one day, someone finally says, hey, buddy, you can take it off. Now, instead of relief, you literally panic. Why? You know why? Because after carrying it for so long, it stopped feeling like a burden and it started feeling like your identity. Family, that right there, that is guilt. Now, can I jump into Minister Robinson mode just real quick? Some of you have been faithful to a prison. You have been loyal to a lie. You have honored an agreement that was destroying you. And I'm going to tell you something. Every time life offered you freedom, you apologize for accepting it. Now tell me that isn't crazy. Now, looking at myself, here's the truth that changed my thinking. Guilt is not always evidence that you've done something wrong. Sometimes, just sometimes, it's evidence that you're doing something you have never allowed yourself to do before. Protect your peace. Say no. Leave. Rest. Stop explaining yourself. Stop fixing everybody. If those things feel uncomfortable, that doesn't mean that they're wrong. It means your conditioning is losing control. Here's exactly what the narcissistic system teaches. Are you ready? You don't have to take out your notepads, but are you ready? It teaches, if I feel bad, you should feel guilty. Think about that. Their disappointment becomes your responsibility. Their anger becomes your emergency. Their silence becomes your assignment. Their freaking happiness becomes your job description. Who signed you up for that position? Certainly not your higher power. Certainly not wisdom. Certainly not self-respect. Here is the lie. I owe them. No. Let's talk about debt. If someone repeatedly lies to you, manipulates you, breaks your trust, uses your empathy, then convinces you that leaving makes you selfish. Leaving makes you selfish. Who actually owes whom? See, some of you have spent years trying to repay a debt that never existed. Now, this is where I need you to listen carefully. This next sentence may change how you see your entire recovery. You are not responsible for managing another adult's emotional consequences. You are not responsible for managing another adult's emotional consequences. I mean, really, if they become angry because you set a healthy boundary, that emotion belongs to them, not to you. If they become upset because you finally stopped accepting disrespect, that's their work, not yours. Stop accepting emotional invoices for purchases that you never made. Family, I need you to hear me. I need you to hear me clearly. Healing is not becoming less compassionate. Healing is becoming more discerning. There's a difference. See, compassion says, I hope you heal. Codependency says, I'll destroy myself trying to heal you. One brings peace, the other brings exhaustion. Let's expose another clause inside of this invisible contract. If I leave, they will never make it. Really? Who convinced you that another adult's future depends entirely on your suffering? That right there, that's not love. That's ego mixed with conditioning. People survive before you, and they will survive after you. Your assignment was never to become someone else's oxygen. Now, this is where I want you to stop taking notes. Close your eyes just for a moment. Picture the invisible contract. Read it. Every clause. I must keep the peace. I must earn love. I must explain myself. I must avoid disappointing everyone. I must feel guilty for choosing me. Now I need you to ask just one question. Who benefits if I keep signing this? Not you. Not your healing. Not your future. Not your children. Not your purpose. The only one that benefits is the system. The system that depended on your silence. Now, I just thought of something. Here is your assignment. Not for the next month, not for New Year's, not for Easter, for tomorrow morning. I want you to catch guilt in the act. The very moment guilt says you should, I need you to pause and ask one single question. Is this guilt protecting a relationship or protecting a pattern? That question right there will change your life. Family, I want this community to become different. I don't want us to be people who just consume content. I want us to become people who practice truth. So here is your challenge. Before our next deep dive, I need you to do one thing. One thing that your healed self would do, even if your guilty self protests. Then I want you to come back here and share it. Celebrate someone else's victory. Encourage someone who's struggling. See, this isn't just a classroom. It is literally a place where we strengthen one another. Healing grows when it's lived out together. And you know what? I'm going to leave you with this. The invisible contract only has power as long as you keep signing it. Tonight, your signature is no longer required. You don't need permission to protect your peace. You don't need approval to trust yourself. You don't need guilt to prove that you're a good person. You need courage. Yes, you need courage, and courage is simply telling the truth. Telling the truth long enough that it becomes the way that you live. Family, this made me think. I don't know about you, but this made me think. Family, I need you to walk in that truth this week. Stand on your boundaries, honor your peace, and when guilt knocks at the door, remember this. You already canceled that contract. Stay powerful. Break the trauma bond. Trust yourself again. I'm Minister Robinson, founder of the Now Movement. No other way but forward. Stay powerful.